Yo, what it is, right? March 25th, 2020, my first podcast. It sucks that we have to do this podcast under these circumstances. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of work with the Tacos and Workouts channel. We've done tacos, we've done workouts, we've done comedy, we've done cooking, and now we're doing the podcasting. Um, it's a pandemic. The coronavirus, it's affecting the whole world, right? Everyone's at jeopardy of being infected with this pandemic, with this coronavirus, right? How did it get started? Yes, right. For all of you who do not know how this started, from what I know, my understanding from what I get from the media, which is the news, which is on TV, is that it happened in Wuhan, China. It originated from something that's what's called a wet market. A wet market is where they sell exotic animals for consumption. And there was a bat who was either mishandled or was infected. And from my understanding, someone made bat soup, and or possibly because of the handling of the animal, and developed an infection or a virus, or you know got sick from the bat, and the doctor that found out kind of alerted the world what was going on. In the beginning, people started getting sick only in China, and then within I think the first case started somewhere in December, late December, like December 30th, and then by January it started getting into like the thousands and thousands of people dying, and in China, and then eventually it just broke out to the rest of the world. I think our president, Donald Trump, he for whatever reason he didn't want to close down our borders, and then and more cases started happening, and this tricky virus, right? What happens is that if you get infected, you might not even know you're infected. You might not even get symptoms until like 7 to 9 days after. That's why we're on a 14-day quarantine, right? And some people still don't get it. They don't get it. They're out there walking around doing stuff. I'm your boy. I'm here, always busy running around doing it. But I don't go out unless I have to. For all of you guys who have been keeping up with my Facebook, my Instagram, and my YouTube, I've been, kind of giving you guys a couple of hints or a little advice, my suggestions of what you should be doing for this pandemic. Well, now it's too late. I told you to go get your water. I told you to get your toilet paper. I told you to get your canned food, right? And then I finally told you to go get your liquor, right? Well, now it's too late. You can't go out. You should not go out because now things are too crazy, right? The only thing you should be doing right now is praying. Pray for yourself. Pray for your loved ones, and make a strong connection to God. And be good, make peace with yourself. You don't know how this thing could end. So today I had to go out, and me, I like to be prepared. So I pull up to this gas station, right, and I'm waiting and waiting to make sure there's not that many people around, right, and I decided to go inside to pay with a $20 bill for gas, instead of putting my machine, my card in the machine and then punching those numbers, and even though I still had gloves, and so I waited, and then when the last guy was coming out, right, he had already passed me, but he coughed, and it was one of those coughs with the phlegm inside. Luckily, I had my mask on, and he had passed me. He was like 3, but you know how the cloud could spread. And I was just upset, so I kind of like let him walk by me, and then at that point I felt that there was no reason for me to be inside where he was previously at, because the air particles and whatnot. So I just said, screw this, I'm leaving. And as I was driving off, right, I saw him. He was pumping gas, and he was doing it again. He was just coughing like into the air, and it's obvious that he was sick. And I told him that he needed to cover his mouth. Yeah, I'm a little scared. I mean, I feel fine. Just happened today, March 25th, 2020. and I've been taking care of myself, putting on the mask, putting on the gloves. It's just unfortunate that some dum-dum had to do something like that. Hopefully now I'm not infected. I think I have a compromised immune system, and I don't want to chance anything. Even though the government is saying that 50% of Californians are going to get that virus, I don't want to be one of those 50%. So all these things are happening. Hopefully we could turn back in a year from now, or 10 years from now, and say that's what it was. In either case, this is my first podcast, and it's sad that we have to do it under these circumstances. I do have planned a guest to be on the show, but he's not going to be in our studio. He's going to be a call-in guest, and that interview is going to be a little bit different from this depressing, low-tone views of what's going on. And stay tuned, and let's get him on the show. What's up, yo?
¿Qué pacho?
Welcome to the first ever Tacos and Workouts podcast. We are live. Yep, you are one of our. We're live. I'm doing the episode as we speak.
Oh,
so you are one of our first guests. For all you who have know me, I have a very good friend. His name is Juan. He's came out in a couple episodes with me. He was involved in the Goyo edition. We went out to a restaurant and we ate, and then we also went to the LA County Fair. Check out those episodes; they're very fun. So Juan, from my understanding, you're still out there driving around because you are what is considered an exempt employee.
I sure am. Yes.
So tell me, how does it look out there?
Well, it was pretty fucking easy. There's no people on the freeway, so easy money.
Easy money. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Are you scared?
But regarding the customers, like, they keep the same distance. I keep mine, and we keep a fucking bottle of hand sanitizer on the car at all times, so we good.
We good. And are you scared at all for this coronavirus thing that's going around?
Not at all. Like, fucking gotta roll the dice, every once in a while.
Well, you're a lot braver than I am. As you know, and Juan could let you know, I was calling him for a couple of weeks, and he was kind of like, I was always telling him what I was doing, right? I would always tell you I was wet prepping for the what?
For the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, pretty much. Every time I would call him and we would talk, he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm at Walmart, preparing." And yeah, Juan, I'm scared. I'm scared that this.
No, don't be.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, yeah. This is a third world country, and the government is trying to do a lot of things, and fucking countries, hopefully they come through tonight with the paychecks, so people that try to work and, get some money and get the ball rolling again.
All right. Well, thank you for being on our show. Anything you want to, say to the YouTube audience out there?
Just be cautious and keep the distance. Don't be like the idiots of fucking Florida, or just be mindful and respectful to others. Don't be fucking racist, and we're gonna pull through.
There you go. All right, thank you, Juan. I'm sorry to catch you off guard and just throw you in the mix. We'll see how this very first podcast comes out.
For sure. All
right, man. Bro. See you in a month or two. All right. Bye, man.